Hello everyone, welcome back to Look of a Kind. I have decided to do a remake of my how to prepare real acorns for decorating. Also, I am going to test to see if I can use unripened acorns. There are timestamps, so if you want to get your answer, check the chapters. For those of you who want to see the process, come along. I am back at the location where I get most of my acorns. It is pretty early for acorns, so right now I'm getting the green ones, the ones that are growing and they're falling off the trees. They're pretty green. But I thought about testing something. What if, because as of right now, because it is early in the season, a lot of the acorns that are on the ground are old, of the past. And so I don't want those because more than likely they already have a worm or something's eaten it already. So I want fresh ones. One just fell. That's funny. But I'm thinking about testing something out. I wonder if I pick these acorns and then do my process, is it going to come out the same? Because there is a lot that they're nice and green, they haven't been touched because they are not ripe yet, I guess. I wanted to let you know why I wanted to remake this video, and it may sound a little critical. I felt like I could have done better. The information was good, but for it to be my most watched video, I think the presentation could have been better. I will say that it was my third video, so it is to be expected, but this whole journey is on improvement, so I am improving the video on this topic. It may be longer, but the information is still there. I think that should be good enough. This is what I've gathered. I did not bring a bag with me, which was not smart, but I don't need a lot because I have plenty, so I think this should be good enough for me to do what I need to do and try to recoup what I lost. But I am thinking, I don't think this is the type that I lost in that incident. But we will see, because I cannot find the footage. I found this container that I'm going to put the acorns in until I get ready to prep them. I want you to see that I am starting to get a little bit of mold here from these acorns sitting in this container. What I did was pick these on a Saturday. It is now Tuesday, and you can see here we're starting to get some mold. So I am going to see if I go ahead and soak these now in this container, if I'm able to bring them back and then bake them, or if these might be just considered gone and I would have to go back and do this again. So we'll see. We'll see what we can save, and if we can't save them, then I will just go back and pick some more. I ended up soaking these acorns for 4 days because I was busy. Just like the original video, you can soak them to loosen up the dirt and to get rid of any critters that may be on them. I really did not need to soak these for a long time since they were green, have not been touched by any critters, and were really not that dirty. And we have no mold. The bleach water worked. You guys should be familiar with this pan. I use this pan for my projects. I lined it with foil because acorns tend to leak during the baking process if they happen to crack, which will make them stick to the pan. Also, you want to bake your acorns to kill off any critters that may be in them. These are some reasons why you may want to line your pan. How do these look? After baking for 2 hours, I noticed that the acorns had a green hue to them, meaning that they were still not done. So I let them cook for 2 more hours. After a total of 4 hours, they just still did not feel like they were done. They still had this like fresh cut plant smell, if that makes any sense. I did some comparing and then I had an idea. Most of you know this, but if you don't, an acorn has a nut on the inside. I decided to cut it open to see if the nut has been cooked. In the meantime, while I'm sawing away, one of my neighbors gave us a bag of pecans that were not ready. They fell early because of a storm. They told us to sit them outside in the sun so they can become ready to eat. Do you know that the squirrels got to them before we could? I watched out of my window for about 30 minutes, one squirrel after the other grabbing a pecan, scurrying away, and then coming back for another. Now, the squirrels hide their acorns in our potted plants. I brought this story up because these acorns made me think of the squirrels, which made me think about those pecans. Back to the subject of this video. I have never cut into an acorn before, so seeing what it looks like in person was interesting. What I discovered is that the nut was very soft. I'm not sure if it was that way because it was not ripe or if it was from the soaking. I think it was the first. As you can see, we have the brown one that had already began to turn and the 2 unripe ones. Then I decided to cut into one of my old acorns that I prepared years ago, and that is also the origin of the original video. Also, if you are interested in how I organize and store my fall decorations, that will be linked down below. Remember when these were $1 at Dollar Tree? Ah, the good old days. The shell of this type of acorn was really hard. That is hard. So I grabbed another type, which happened to be the type that I am preparing. There we go. And as you see, the prepared one is firmer than the one that is getting prepared. Okay, after 7.5 hours, we have acorns that I think are now done. And I say that because we have many of them with the tops or caps that came off. So, and the smell actually has more of a roasted type smell versus how to describe it, like something was freshly cut. I also went ahead and did a cut, and we are good to go. This is pre-dried out, so 7.5 hours work. You want to make sure the caps fit snug before you glue them on. So the best thing to do is sort the caps and acorns and pair them together before gluing. It will make this process flow smoother. This is how I like my acorns, but you can go a step further and glue the outside. I did put too much glue on this one, but you can use the tip of the glue gun to help spread and thin out the glue so it is not clumpy. Now all of the acorns are glued and are ready to be spray painted. And here are the final results. We have us some acorns. I want you to see the difference in these acorns. These are the same exact acorns, but these were the unripened ones, and then these were the fully developed ones that fell naturally. And as you can see, these are a lot darker, and these have also been through the process. See, I'm missing Some are missing their caps. But look at that. As you can see, there's like a different color in it. Very interesting. But if I had to choose how I pick my acorns, it would be from the ground and not the tree. The unripened ones took longer to process. I think I'm going to keep these separate. And then also, for those who might want the extra security, that's what I did. I put I glued on the outside just for the sake of this video. But this is how I typically, well, I think it's the same one. This is how I typically like my acorns, to look as natural as possible. See a little blue there, but yeah. I typically do not like for the glue to show. So if I can avoid it at all costs, I will. But this is what it'll look like if you glue on the outside. I hope that this helps with your decorating.